Hello everyone, it's me Tailon again. If you don't know me, my name is Tailon Fresmo VTuber. Hey Zero, how you doing? Today I'm back some Pokemon Legends EA, and basically I'll be continuing the shiny hunt for Terrakion. That's the whole idea for today, so if I get a shiny fast, it's gonna be a really fast stream. If I take a while to take the shiny, it's gonna take a while for the stream. Really simple, really basic. With that said, let's go over here. Let me just double check the counter is working. Okay. A little reminder how this works. The counter will go up every time I reset the game. Huh. Nothing to do? Unsure of what should I be doing to pass time and stuff? I've been playing... like, while I work I play Mamusume. That's when I do most of my grind. But recently I've been going back into reading. I was a few months without reading, like, anything. Friends asking me what I'm thinking about stuff I read. Like, let me give an example. I don't watch ReZero because I read the light novel. But the light novel is not that far from the anime in the translation, the official translation. So I haven't been alive since I read ReZero. So now my anime dudes can actually spoil me because I didn't read up to the newest stuff, and some friends are like, "Hey, did you see that?" and stuff. I'm like, no. Oh, really? I haven't read yet. And I was like, no. And the same goes for others, other games, other stuff. Like, for example, Tensura. That time I got reincarnated as slime. As you can see, I read a lot of isekais. I talked about this before. I like those. I like those for some reason. They appeal to me. In a way. Now, let's see. I haven't reset well. What? Oh no. I was so sure it's red. I was so sure it's red. It's the green, orange part on the side. Oh. Well, you can always try new genres. That's something I was talking about with a friend. Like, a friend of mine was getting tired of stuff he plays, so like, so try something you never played. Like, he was tired of Souls-likes. Because he played Dark Souls, Elden Ring and stuff a lot. He played other Souls-likes a lot. But he was tired. I was like, so try something new, go for something different. I even went as far to say try some sports games. Even though I don't like let's say this soccer, like FIFA, and that now it's called EAFC, right? And PES changed the name or not? It's still PES. Even though I don't like that, I was playing, for example, Captain Tsubasa. Oh. Do you know what is the problem? Like which part you should trade? Like which part do you need to exchange for a new one and stuff? Do you have an idea? Ooh. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, the best option, since you don't know which is the faulty part, is to test every single one. But to do that, I would need extra parts. And assuming you don't have extras. So you should try finding a repair shop that could do the testing for you. So that way you can buy it. Only the part you need. Or you can try a friend. In my case, if I need to ever try parts, I have friends I can call. But yeah, not knowing which is the faulty part is the problem. Really hard. Because now you don't have extra parts to do the testing. Oh, it took a while to show up. Also, dude, I had a small heart attack today. My capture card for the Switch was showing problems. It was making this screen artifact. Looks like it was just bad connection, so I just unplug and plug it and went back to normal. But something that made me like, oh no. Because I was like, it was glitching this string really hard. That sounds like either CPU or GPU. I would prefer it being a CPU problem, being honest. CPU is cheaper. But the biggest culprit seems to be GPU. It's something that's funny is that I use it to be somebody that doesn't know shit about computers. I watched so much content. I watched so many 2 to 3 hours videos about people solving stuff that I started to learn about problems in the PC, right? I started to learn about overclocking problems, what may be causing it, solutions I could go to, and yeah, now I went from somebody that doesn't know shit to somebody that is quite knowledgeable. I'm not gonna say I'm really good in that, just saying I have some knowledge. Even a friend of mine who would make fun of me in the PC department because he's a programmer and stuff. He opened a whole power supply and shit. He was like, oh no, yeah, I had a problem and I told him the steps I took to solve it. And I was like, no, I cannot really make fun of you anymore. He said, welcome to the PC knowledgeable people. So it was quite a turning point for me. Made me feel proud. Especially because I built my own PC all by myself. Of course, I asked people about the parts I was speaking if I was doing my smart job or not, but Aside from that, it's all my work, so. I'm pretty happy with the results. Funny thing is that since I have all that time streaming, like, I have my old PC streams, I have the new PC streams. I have so many stuff that changed with this past few years. Like, it's 3 whole years that has been documented on my life. And so much stuff changed. I changed it too. It's fun to see like how some stuff changed, some stayed, and some more still gonna change. Also talking about Valkyria, I'm thinking about buying Valkyria 4. 2 and 3s, I don't have the energy to go for the PSP versions right now. But I'm thinking about buying Valkyria 4. Since you are having a lot of trouble with your PC, I will recommend making a drive folder for Minecraft Worlds. Since you never know when you may need to save them, you know? I wish they would release 2 and 3 on the PC, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, but I'm thinking about buying Valkyria Chronicles 4 and stream that. But let's see. Let's wait for that. There is no rush. Okay, that was not a shiny, I was able to see. I just noticed I forgot to fill my bottle. I still have water, but I don't have so much. Also, dude, I'm so happy that this week onwards I don't have to work twice. I don't have to do double shift. Because last week, the last month, the whole month, I was finishing my work around now. Like either around now or in an hour, I was about to finish my work. Now I'm back to doing a single shift. I finished my work 3 hours ago. So I was able like to eat, lay down, take a nap. Yeah, in my case, I don't know anything about the other games aside from the first one. I only played Valkyria Chronicles 1, and it was twice. I started off stream and I continued like years and years ago, and then I made a new save for streaming. And I want to know how it went because you watched that. You are here for that long. So I was able to finish the game and stuff. We did have a nice team and stuff. Just a reminder, I'll be going to 500 calories left. That's a reminder from last stream. I'll be trying to have 500 calories left. But since you don't have easy access to the second and third game, of course you can go 7 Cs. You can place your wooden leg, your eye patch, and go 7 Cs with your black hat. But that's also the problem for me, is that they are PSP games. PSP and stuff have a pretty bad resolution for stream. I could try scaling, like, right? 4 times and stuff. Let's see. I'm not gonna say it's set on stone. I won't do in the PSP games. It's just that I have a preference to doing the 4th game. Oh. Let's check around. Not today. So last time, for those who didn't watch, I got 3 shinies over there, the Scraggy area. Yeah, no, I use that already sometimes. I would just say, like, every time I use it, I haven't really had a decent time. My biggest problem with PSP is how it has a lot of 3D games, but it's not made with 2 analogs and 4 shoulder buttons. And I saw the skill preview, just that. I didn't see much. I know she is getting to the game tomorrow. Tomorrow at reset time. Which I'll be pulling, of course. I'm not gonna go full Maximite break like I did with Nian. I don't have the resources for that unless I'm like super lucky. Annie's was like my priority and stuff. I'm debating if I'm gonna buy her gacha skin or not. Because money is quite short. So I'm debating if I'm gonna buy that or not. I think you're gonna be lucky. I'm actually cheering for you. I think you're gonna get it. I think you're gonna get it. I saw people talking about Pridewin, which is a site that does gacha games like Tireless and stuff. They're not like 100% correct, of course, but Pridewin for Nikke especially, they started to do better analysis, right? Like they leveled up their analysis team and stuff. I didn't need to see their tier list for Annie's that they released it to know what she would look like in that. She is max rank in every single place. Oh. No. Mike. Oh. You don't like Arcana? Really? You don't like Arcana? Like, real? I understand you're gonna say like in the 2x2 law of event, you prefer Brevity, because I'm one of those, I prefer Brevity, but saying that I don't like Arcana would be really a lie. I'm pretty happy with both Arcanas. But yeah, tomorrow, Neon, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it. You're gonna be lucky. You're gonna get her fast. My problem especially is debating if I'm gonna get the gacha skin or not. I see. In my case, since I'm not like the people who say, well, no, I skip everything and pull with... I skip everything, I save every single summon until I have a Pilgrim banner and just pull for those or super meta units. I pull for everything. So I have every single character in the game. Except for the collabs that happened before I started playing. That I can't really do anything. So I'm missing Chainsaw Man and ReZero collabs. But aside from that, I have really every single Nike in the game. And now I started saving my normal banner currency. I started saving that to like when I have more banners I didn't pull, like not like I go all in every single banner, but I have a limit for every banner. The limit's 50 summons. And I'm saving those, like some banners I may skip, but then I want to get them from the normal banner. So I'm saving normal banner currencies until I have like 5 characters missing or anything like that. Also, important to add, I have all the characters with enough copies to have all the favorite items, all the treasure items. I care for MLB, but not because of the stats. I want to have the wallpapers. I care for MLB because I want to have the wallpapers. So I also have more than half of the collection MLB. That's also important to say. I care because I like having the wallpapers to use. And some I just use too. Some are just too good. But it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna just go and grab every single character MLB. No, not true. But I will try to keep updating my wish list to have all the characters MLB. I also farm everybody's bone level, so I don't really do everything I can in the game to unlock stuff. So I do 20 talks with every character. I max bone them. And I save their bonding stories to read when I want to read it. I don't just skip it for the gems. So there's that too. Oh! Created one and just left it open for everybody to join? Unit raid is coming up soon. Union raid is coming up soon, I think. No, we just had a while ago. I think it's gonna be like 3 weeks until we have it again. I don't know. It's never gonna be Union and Solo together because the idea is that 2 weeks we have Union, 2 weeks we have solos. So I always have something up. People do join from time to time. Just remember to kick AFK players so people have motive to join. I am pretty comfortable with my Union, so I'll just stay there. Let's see, you have 4 days, 3 days. So that would make 9 to 12 attempts, 20, 50 bosses. Yeah, you and a friend can take out 18 to 24 bosses. Not gonna be enough, but it's a farming. You're gonna be able to stop buying stuff from the Union shop too, which is really good. I still think the best option just to join any decent ranking platinum tier that's open for the public. Solo raid, I think yes. Union raid, no. Union raid is 5 different bosses. And they're not all the same super heavy boss. Sometimes the boss is one of those mini bosses you find in the story too. Like those that don't even have super harsh fights. And you can only defeat 3 for each day, so that's the problem. To fully kill an Union raid, you need 50 battle attempts. It's 3 per person per day. Being 3 days, you can try 9 times. So you would need 6 people in the Union being able to one-shot all the bosses to do it. One-shotting is not that difficult as it sounds, okay? It's mostly just get levels, eventually we'll be doing it. It's usually just the boss fight, unless the boss summons enemies. It's usually just the boss fight. One of the nice things for Union is that you can test out your characters. You can also test the rate up characters without pulling for them. So you can use Annie's level 200, 10, 10, 10, and with generic items in a damage testing zone to see how she goes with your team and using other characters. That way you can take a basis of how she's doing. In my case, since I pulled for her before testing, I just tested with mine. But it's possible to test her out. It is actually possible if you want. That will also happen with Nyan. It happens with every single hate-up character, so... Unions just let you test them, if you desire to test before pulling. And also you can do against a map full of enemies and in the end just a single enemy. So you can take a little basis of all cases and everything. Of course, the bossing really you can't really check. Alright, or there's I don't remember right now. I just know that because of Annis, I'm the biggest damage dealer with electric teams. in the testing range of my union. Not that people do that a lot, I just really wanted to check Ennis. Like, was my first time entering that shit in this year. It's really something people use to test new characters before pulling. Since I'm gonna try to pull for everybody anyway, I don't really use. Oh, I do have that. I took some time to invest in her. Though, not trying to cut your hopes up, but it's gonna take a while since you're just alone in the union with a friend. It's gonna take a few months, if not a year, to get that. Oh fuck, again. Who is shiny? Oh, you. God, it changed so little. So most of the union points come from ranking and killing the bosses. With just you, you're barely gonna reach level 2. I think, yeah, you'll be far short of level 3. And the problem is you go all the way to level 10. And you also be really low rank. So the ranking rewards is also gonna be small. So it's gonna take a while. In my case, when I decided to do that with her, took me 2 months? No, 4 months. 4 months. Because my union was doing around 18k points a month. 15k. So I was able to get all 3 pieces quite fast. Now I stopped it, but I will go back to do that eventually. To buy the cores for the criminals. Just for the loss. But I stopped it because I'm leveling up my cubes. Union is the best way to level up your cubes. You can get a lot of cubes over there. And they help you a lot with difficult battles and bosses. But I think I'm making around 15k every union raid. Before I have another one, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna use all my points because I keep forgetting to use them because the cubes reset daily, so there's no real rush. The amount you can buy a day reset dailies. Oh no, that ship has sailed, my dude. That ship has sailed. She did everything she could. I think you're gonna be seeing more of Crow before we see more of her. The thing I want to see is a playable version of the 4 beasts. And a skin for Nihilister using the Goddess Fall outfit. The white stuff. That would be nice. The white mant, right? That would be nice. Like, imagine. We have her with that little version from the Goddess Fall. It would be interesting. I did read. I am up to date. I am up to date. Dude, if you read E8's events, you know Crow is really bad. There's no excuse for that woman. Zero. You can't fix her. Arc may be a boo of crap, but no. No. There's no justifying Crow. There is no justifying Crow. That woman, just no. Sometimes I start to think if I'm doing this right. But I'll say the only reason I think I'm doing this right, it's because moving this way makes those guys over there respawn. So that makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Because aside from that, that's what I said, like, shiny hunters, they're gonna start questioning themselves after a while. Is it shiny lock in only my game? Oh, is this even available as a shiny? Am I doing this right? You know, that type of stuff. And of course, I do that too. It's natural to shiny hunters. I've been doing this for like 4 hours, I think. Combining the two streams. And it's normal. You're gonna question yourself, you're gonna start to think that maybe the game is locked only for you and stuff. Dude, I can justify Levaline more than I can justify Crow. I can justify Levaline more than I can justify Crow. Though that's one we're never gonna see in our accounts. That's probably never gonna be released. Neither her or her squad mate, which I forgot the name. We're probably gonna have Hammering and Driller, but Livering and the other one, probably never. Those two, I think we are point the stop of ever having them. Yeah, Fragile. Fragile. That's her name. Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna have Livering and Fragile. Pullable. Maybe there will be events, SSRs, like for 4.5 and 5.5 anniversary. I'm questioning if the game is gonna survive long enough to reach that point. Why I say that's because not that the game is doing bad, it's just that the way things are going, Where else can we expand? We're like, even if we say everything we're doing is part 1, the whole Rapture's Queens, I don't know how much else to go, because the way things are going in the game, I would say we are closing the end. Like, we're going to the end. That's how I feel, at least. At least that's what makes sense in my head. Nah, I don't think they will return or be playable. This type of character usually is never really used. There's still some stuff we need to see in the game. And the thing I'm most curious about is on Grado and Hansel. I don't know what's happening with those two. Especially because you don't have anything from those two right now. Like, we know there's a group of people going after them, but that's all. And we have that little ending line from Siren, but has been a year since we have 0 updates about them. Maybe 4th anniversary? Nah, 4 beats are way more. Like, 4 beats is way more probable to show up next as playables. Dude, I will say, now that I have Venice, I will start saving up for Behemoth. Fuck it. Behemoth is one I'm gonna try to get Max Limit Break. I'm gonna start saving up my gold tickets for Behemoth. Behemoth and this. Those two. I'm gonna start saving up to get those two as MLB. Especially this. I like the type. I like. Levy I would like to have, but it's not gonna be a max limit break option. Like, oh yeah, gonna pull into max limit MLB, no. The same way Liberario and Nayuta didn't really make me want. Let's see. What's the name of the 4th one? I forgot. Yeah, and she's also the hottest. I forgot the name of the 4th one. The dumbass who thinks it's smart. But yeah, I would really like to have Behemoth and this. The dumbass, which I totally forgot the name. I don't really mind MLB for her. Oh yeah, Bahamuto. Yeah, Bahamut. Yeah, no, I prefer Behemoth. I will say I just prefer Behemoth. Bahamut, dude, she's so stupid. probably gonna have a new Noah. That's something I'm really excited for. Oh yeah, new Scarlet and Rapunzel too. God. We're gonna have so many Nikas to pull. We have literally 7 pilgrims to pull already. If we disconsider the option of having Hansel and Gretel, and who knows, something related to Red Shoes. I still think Red Shoes gonna be a free SSR character from the past. Like the same way they gave us the original versions of the Goddess Squad, I think we're gonna have Red Shoes as a free SSR. Moran? Oh god, Moran? Swimsuit would be amazing. Also, fun fact, I'm using Neon and Moran together in my Tetra team. I'm using Neon, no, sorry, Ennis. I have Neon in my head because of tomorrow. Ennis' skills to turn to a secondary B1. I use her with Moran, it's really decent. Let's see. No. Yep. I like to check that. I like to see the shiny I'm missing over there. It's funny to me. Zero, how many resets do you think it's gonna take for me to take the Racken home? How many resets do you think I'm missing for the Racken? Like, you can just say, like, a number more, like... So I think I'm gonna take in 10 more resets. Or you're gonna say the total is gonna be 40. If the total you're thinking is 25, then sounds good. If the total you think it's 40, then damn. You don't have hopes. Again, good thing about the Racken is I'm just gonna kill him with Mawile and save the game. That'll probably also get me the biggest catch ever. Look, I'm not killing them, I'm just resetting him. I'm not catching anything. Oh. Oh man. You are using a knife to kill sword? Not just a sword of justice. You're not killing her, but I am. Oh god. That was a good one, that was a good one. After this suicide, I'm gonna stop to grab water. Because a dumbass that I am forgot to grab water before the stream. Maybe today I'll go around 4 hours, I'm not so sure. Like, the minimum is gonna be 3. But I'm thinking about maybe 4. Who knows? Okay, I said the minimum. That's if in case I don't find the shiny. let's explain that. If I find the shiny, I'll catch it and I stop the string. Like, the moment I get the shiny, it's string over, okay? Thank you, Zero. Thank you. Have a good one. But at the moment I find the shiny, I'll be finishing the string. Then I'm gonna start setting up for the second one. Which, if I'm lucky, is gonna be Larios Larios. If I'm not, it's gonna be... be this guy. Sorry, it's gonna be Cobalion. I say that because I don't like Cobalion and I already have a shiny. I do want to get another shiny from this game, because why not? It's funny. But Larios and Larios... I don't have any new recent shinies. Oh, that reminds me, I need to send some more shinies from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home. Oh. Oh. It did spawn, I just didn't see it. Dude, I really hope it Blue Archives would work out with me. But sadly, I didn't get hooked. Oh, nice. I'll have to say, like, Blue Archive, I just didn't get the gameplay loop. The gameplay in general didn't work out for me. The same way ours with Wayne didn't. And both are stuff I wanted to, but didn't. Well, it happens, right? Not every game is made for everybody. Nike was fast for me. Fast to the point where I was hooked playing with my cell phone. Nowadays, I would say I have a little less fun with Nikki than I used to have. But that's the problem of live service games when you reach a really high point. Because way back then, I have so much stuff to do with Nikki. Now, I really don't. Like, most of the stuff I have to do are old events. Or Bond stories and stuff. Like, I don't really have the same amount of content to go over as I had before. And we reach that point with every game eventually. The problem is, Nike is a gacha game that I commit a lot of time, so... It's a game I try to commit time every day to farm. Unlike games, let's say Pokémon, that if I reach a point where I don't want to do anything, I can just start playing with no problems. Nike kinda, I feel like I'm missing out. Yeah, at least I will say that at least on that Nike is really fast. It's really fast. If you know what you're doing, if you have decent teams for killing bosses, Nike is so fast to do dailies. Like, when you are at the start of the game, it's not so fast. When you are in the late game, it's super fast. Like, I barely pay attention when I play Nike now. I just... for the dailies, right? I just do it. The same way I have to say good about it, because I think it's a good thing that the daily part of the game can be done easily. I like that about Enfield too. The fact that I can log into Enfield and do my dailies in that game in 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's really good. Hey, Obeta, how you doing? Yeah, that's also... Nike has a lot of character that just can pull the weight for the whole game. Really? You don't have credits? Wait, we're talking about the money? The most useless thing in Nike you don't have? Jesus Christ. Also nice. Save for cards. biggest Umamusume advice, save for cards. No, you're not talking about the little credit card we have in Nike, right, Zero? You cannot be talking about that. I'm throwing that shit away. Also, better pull for Oshi still. Like, if there's a character you really like, just pull for her. Don't worry. But if you want to be able to get better ratings and stuff, pulling for cards is better. In Umamusume, characters are important, but not so much as cards. Most of the time you can just go with the characters you have, and pull for cards and eventually grab one or two Oshis you really want. But I never had a problem with credit, Zero, sorry. Like, credits in Nike, it's something I had a problem when I was leveling that academy, and never again. I have so much credits I don't know how to use. I am almost starting to buy useless stuff just to use the credits. Also, Alvera, since you are here, I will say the next Enfield banner I won't pull. If the next banner is the Seal, Sui, the Green Girl, they announced it. If that's the character, I'm not gonna pull. I want to save to pull for Mifu. I want to pull Mifu. Yeah. Also, I want to have some saved in case they do a rerun banner like they are doing right now with Roxy. Sorry, Roxy, no. Rossi or Yvonne. If they're doing right now the way I think they're doing, it's gonna be Vaughn and Tang Tang, the next one. Yvonne and Tang Tang together would be like Tang Tang, would be amazing. So that would mean that Rossi would be pullable with Song. Bye bye Zero, thank you. If they do that, actually, it would be nice. Like 3 new characters before doing a rerun of the last of 2. So like 2 characters, rerun, we have 3 new. So that would mean like they would do a rerun after Mifu. Don't know. I say that because I wanted to pull for Lev, but it's impossible to save for her. Fungi is using everything I have. I would say it would be less right, and probably Li Feng. Though we didn't have a single thing about less right, Amber, Li Feng, and Pog in the game yet, did we? Because Ardelia and Li Feng appeared in this story. Amber, Pog, and less right didn't. Or am I crazy? Okay. No shiny. Let's check around to see how miserable I am today. Ah, no sound. If it was shiny again, would have left so much. We already have one of that today. And no here too. Okay. A little reminder, the counter goes up every reset. It's not every time I see a Terrakion, it's every reset. I was really thinking it's gonna be like another Virizion. Yeah, I know. Which will not be pulling. Yeah. I'm hunting especially for Terrakion. Over there. So I checked the others just for the memes, because I will not catch them if I don't get the Rakin. But over here, let me show you. This guy came as a shiny already. This guy. I think 4 times. Like out of the 16 resets you have on the screen, 4 of them I had a shiny Scraggy. Either 3 or 4. I think it's 4. And Terrakion, it's simple. I just need to go run a little to spawn it and teleport. So I see the spawn, I check the colors, and I teleport back. It's the second sword I need. Because the first sword I found... Not the first, the second, because I ran away from Cobalion. I was able to get shiny. So now the idea is to get that one. In this game, there are 5 legendaries I can shiny hunt, so I want to shiny hunt for all 5. Sometimes I may not notice Terrakion spawning, but it's because it may be just a little here. Here it's better to see, but sometimes just the top part. But it's simple. The shiny is on the screen, so you know how it looks like. The counter is how many resets I did. And the rest is just me suffering. Okay, let's take the mask out. Let's take the mask out. After a while, I always take out the mask. It looks cool, but it's funny to check the stream feedback on OBS to know if everything's okay and not see my mouth. It's strange. That's why I don't use the mask so much. The idea is we want to see the bright red on its back. Because if you see that, over there you could see only the back part, that's why I say the bright red. It's easy to spot. And sometimes the game fakes me because there's a Pokeball chair behind him. So sometimes I think the red is just not showing up so good. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh. Here. Shiny. 5. We have 5. 5 scraggy spooks. Did you hear the sound? The shinies make a sound notification in this game. Did it spawn? It did. Okay. I was unsure. Yeah, it's normal. It's normal. It's just funny. It's just funny. Like... I'm here hunting for the rack and seeing several of them and... Scraggy! 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 Also, there's a timer. In the top left part of the screen, you can see the level plus 90 and calories going down. When the calories reach 0, that's my timer ending. And below the calories, you can see 3 icons, right? The first one is the Rock Sparkling Power Level 2. Which means Rock-type Pokémons, which is the case for Cobalion, for Terrakion, have a higher shiny chance. That also applies for the guys down here. Why I'm talking about that? Scraggy is not a rock type. This is a mixed space. So it has rock and fighting type. Scraggy is a fighting type. I found several of him without a shiny boost. And I still haven't found a single rock type with the shiny boosted odds. Oh god. Also, yeah, I keep going until it's 500 calories missing to end, because that's the time I think it's enough for me to save the game if the shiny shows up, defeat it, save again, and keep throwing balls. That's the plan. In this game, after defeat a Pokemon, you have a chance of throwing one last ball. And the last ball has what they call the catch window. They have boosted odds of catching in the catch window. Also, shinies have higher catch rate. So if he shows up as a shiny and is in the catch window, I will have a really big shiny chance. It's gonna be really high. Especially because I'm a dumbass. I use this ball. The classic OG Pokeball. Why do you do that, Tailon? That's the worst ball in the game. It's the prettiest ball in the game. There's no such thing as prettier than the Pokeball. The Pokeball is the best ball. And you cannot change my mind. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see I have some patterns you can check. So every game I play, you're gonna notice I like to do this. This is the living dex of the original dex of the game. And every single Pokemon you can see is in a Pokeball. Like, even the stuff like Dragonite, the whole Beldon line, the legendaries and mythicals, all of them in the basic ball. This is the living dex for DLC. Those are the ones I'm missing. You can check every single thing. Pokeball. Pokeball, 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 Pokeball. Like, I have a pattern. I like doing living dexes and I like using the basic ball. I have my ways to do stuff. That also applies to that's the trash box here. That also applies to my shinies. As you can see, we have boxes and boxes of shinies in the ball, the basic ball. I just found it better. So yeah, I'm crazy. No, I do have reasons nowadays to make living dexes. But that's something I started doing before they started rewarding that. Nowadays, for those who don't know, if you connect this game or any Switch game to Pokémon Home, yes, they do. No, wait. Such a... Oh, wait. They for sure do. All of those other balls I have are from drops. Like, I found walking around. This one is from buying Pokeballs. No, I only use Pokeball. It's not for the low rate, it's only for the aesthetics. The thing is, I just like the basic ball that much. Like, I have a friend who has a 3D print, 3D printer shop, right? And he sells geek anime stuff. And one of the things he sells that sells really well is he makes Pokeballs. A little bigger than life size, but life size Pokeball. That are either just Switch game cases, so you can open the ball and place your Switch games inside, or you can take the option with all the Switch game slots and just have a Pokeball that can open up and store stuff inside. And he has all the game balls, basically. Even balls that don't exist, but people like the Rocket Ball. And I went there and said, hey, give me the Pokeball. Oh, I have so many options, Tailon. Don't I want another? No, give me the Pokeball. That's all. I also have like I have other game storages I use for my Switch games. Because I think the Pokeball is quite inconvenient to grab my games. Especially at the time I was playing a lot of games on the Switch. So I have another one that is just a Game Boy covered game case. And the OG Game Boy. And I have other one that's just a Pokeball team unit for my 3DS games. DS and 3DS. Dude, Nintendo is the only thing I still buy physical games because of Pokemon. Ah, God. Being a Pokemon fan is not easy for my wallet. This shit is expensive. And it is to the point where I wouldn't even call my thing with Pokemon healthy anymore. I have so much money in Pokemon merch that I could probably retire by now. But if you ask me if I'm willing to sell them, I'm gonna tell you to fuck off. They are like treasure. The only person that's gonna touch that aside from me is if I ever get a son. Or a daughter too, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. If they choose Bulbasaur, they're gonna be abandoned. Oh, memes, okay. Memes. Don't throw your child out because they choose the wrong starter. Let's make that a thing here. Did I see it right? No, I didn't. I was asking because you may think, using other games, that if I see the shiny but I don't go catch it, I may lose it. But I'll show what happens if I just leave the shiny over there. I'll show you. I'll show everyone who doesn't know about that. Because even though the game is 6 months old, and people kinda talked about everything they could about this game, there's still some people who are new to this game and never played it. So I have something nice to show. Let's see. Okay, 2 more teleports. That's all the time I have. Not for the stream, but for the calories. Actually, I can do one more. I can squeeze in one more. Yeah, that one's not shining for sure. I could do the little butt. Okay, not a shiny. So, why do I say? See? This is the same Scraggy from before. That is the same shiny Scraggy from that time. It doesn't matter what I do, it's not gonna despawn unless I either kill it or I catch it. There is another option, but that's gonna be really hard to do here. The game has a shiny storage into the memory. So it's gonna storage 10 shinies I saw. If I save the game, anything, they're gonna stay there. So I can have 10 shinies spawned at the same time without disappearing. What happened if I found an 11 shiny? Grab. If I found an 11 shiny, the first one of the list of 10 is gonna disappear. So that's why it doesn't really matter if I can see Terraki or not. The same way I did with Iridian I can do here, which is I can literally just make him despawn and don't check it until the end of the time. No, it's a special for you, Ariel. Hello there. That one is not user says hi. It's Ariel says hi. It's a special for you. It only works if you use. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. See? It's a special. It was made for you. Wait. Nah. Well, let me take this attempt to test some stuff. Hello, Sylvian. Welcome. Is there any other areas I could try? Aside from the teleport? I don't think so. Welcome. It's the first time here, right? Welcome. As you can see, I'm trying to find the ugliest sword as a shiny. To have now 2 shining blades in my boxes. Why did I start with the best one? Why did I get Viridian, which is the prettiest one of the 3, as a shiny first? And I left the other 2 as last. Well, can change that now. Still gonna catch all 3. That's not shiny for sure. It was way too pale to be. Nope. Sometimes it's truly see that what I'm doing may sound strange. Because I can see the smallest detail of his ass and go back. Like, in the last 3, I just saw a small part of his body and turn around. Oh, this one fell. Literally, he fell. Okay, that was a gray butt. When I say gray butt, I'm talking that I can see that little pointy part of his ass. See, like, from here-ish, you can see the little ass over the... Okay, you could see over the blue board. I keep my eyes fixed there, so I know when to turn around. Oh, that one was easy to see. I wish all of them were this easy. Five pages already with Scraggy, right? We have 5 phases already with Scraggy. That's quite a lot, actually. Damn. 5 phases with Scraggy, that's a lot. Oh well. I can just try and try. Like I said before, shiny hunting is not a game of chance, it's a game of patience. You are guaranteed the shiny you want. You just need to have enough patience to reach that point. But you're guaranteed to have it. If you drop too early, you miss it patience. You may say I'm crazy, but you cannot say I'm wrong. This is truly a game of patience. It's how much you can go before you give up. Okay. Oh. That one was easy to spot. Sadly, not my shiny boy. It's gonna show up. It's gonna show up. The thing is gonna show up today, next time, I don't know. I was so sure it's gonna be showing up last time because the region was so fast. And the region too, I didn't know if she was shiny or not until I went to check at the end. So I'm gonna say she was harder in a way. Because Viridian, for those who never saw where she is, instead of being a rooftop or an open space, she was inside an area closed by 4 buildings. So you need to go up one of the buildings and fall down. So the best way to reset her was to walk away and in the area close enough for her to spawn. And with 7 resets, I was able to get her. So the Racket's taking twice the time. He doesn't have manners at all, making me work twice as hard for him. Maybe tries. Maybe tries. Cobalion is the one I'm less excited to do because Cobalion is in an open area, but you need to keep walking in and out to him. So Terrakion, you need to walk a bit, but you can have more spawns because the teleport kind of froze the timer, so you can keep going for a while. As Viridian and Cobalion, since you walk all the time, the timer keeps running. Oh no, that was not. No. He's testing me. It's okay. It's okay. Also, Alberta, is still there? I have something I want to ask. You said you started Uma Musume, right? Which server? There aren't gourds? Gourds? Yeah, which server did it start? Global, Japan, which one? Oh, so I'll send you my code later. We can follow each other. Not that I have anything special, but yeah. I think my shared Uma is my Top gun. Not the best, but pretty okay. But the car is LB3 Bakshin SSR speed, in case you need for sprinters. Oh really? There's some ways to find accounts to follow if you go to external sites. If you're willing to do that, you can search for exactly what you want. Like there you can search for the parent, the grandparents, the skills, distance and stuff. You can literally find the perfect parent for you. I should use that site more. So the team trials is funny because I consider myself a 5.5 rank. I'm way too good for Team Trials 5, but way too bad for Team Trials 6. So I go to the promotion zone and back into the motion zone. Oh yeah, that's the best speed car right now. But it's not so good for Track Blazer. Anything you want to know, you can send me a DM in Discord. Feel free to. It's never gonna be a problem for me. My Discord is always, my DMs are always opens. My DMs are always open for everybody who wants to send me something in Discord. I may take a while to answer because I'm old. And being old, I forgot to answer people. But my DMs are always open. I say it's good to go testing out Era Finale, and Unit Cup too. Because it's good to see how the game progressed. And Track Blazer or Mint, yes, it's a lot of races. But it's easier than people may make you think. I will say people sell it like the hell on earth. It's just a lot of button mashing. It's just a lot of button mashing, I'll be honest. The good thing about Ura Finale is that you can see the humans' career stories. You can always try Unit Cup. Oh, B plus already, damn. You can always try Unit Cup. Unit Cup is going to introduce you to the idea of new mechanics. So you're gonna have a team trial style for Unit Cup. It's gonna have everything that URA has. So it's gonna be the same career mode. It's gonna be the same character career story, but you're gonna have the extra of Rico, Kishimoto, and the team she has. And also the idea of unit training. So it's quite chill. It's quite chill. People complain about it being kind of RNG. Yeah, 6, baby. 6 Chinese Craggies. Like, let's be honest, Uma Musume is an RNG game. But yeah, I'm gonna go grab water really fast. Give me a second. I'm just gonna go grab water. No, it's not the same shiny Scraggy throne. Okay, it can be the same, but it's not necessarily the same. I will show you that right now. My game is saved right there with 3,600-ish points. As you can see, I fall down here. There's no shiny. There's no shiny Scraggy over there. So that means I saved the game before I found the shiny. So if I found the same shiny, it was just luck in a way. Oh, I walk it too much. Funny. My chat is not updating on Discord, but it's update. Oh, sorry, OBS. But it's updating on the screen. Wait. Okay, now it updated. But it can be like the same Scraggy spawn was shiny, but it's not the same as you saw before. It's strange, but it makes sense. That's why I was laughing so much, because I found so many shiny Scraggies. It's only Scraggy, and it's always only one. It's never the evolution, it's never another one with the same one, it's just Scraggy. And they are almost always in the same position. So yeah, you can say unlucky or lucky, I don't know. If when I find my shiny Terrakion, that Scraggy is still shiny, I'll catch it. If when I find my shiny Terrakion, that Scraggy is still there, I'll be catching it. Dude, I'm about to say that I'm considering doing a bigger reset. So in this game I have backup save data, which means that the game has two save files. One is from the last Pokémon Center I went, and one is the save data I'm using. I'm considering using the backup, which is the Pokémon Center, to get inside this place again and see if they changed something. Cause damn. Yeah, the Scraggies, they want to be shiny. They truly want to be shiny. As for Terrakion, he doesn't. No, I don't know how the shiny seed works for this game. I don't have that card. So I don't know what to think about it. I know which card you're talking about. I don't have it to know what to think about it. It's a Silent Suzuka speed card, right? Dude, there's a card I keep getting that I don't use, which is Twin Turbo SSR Speed. I think mine is Limit Break too. But I tried using her, she's so bad. Sweep Tosho Speed SR? If that's the one she's below a blanket, right? That's a pretty good card. If we have more copies, even better. That's one I don't have. I wish I had, but she's a pretty decent card. Right now, since I pulled so little for cards and so much for characters, I'm saving all the way to the 1.5 anniversary. My next... It wants Mr. CB Wheat. Mr. CB Wheat? That's what it wants? Let's put a bit for Twin Turbo. So, okay. Mr. CB is good. Don't think I'm telling otherwise. Just let me make sure you know that she is good if you're playing characters like Gold Ship, which are end closers. Some cards are good distance-wise. Style-wise. So Mr. CB is gonna be really good for end closers. And she's really good because you only have to pull for 2 copies. We're gonna have soon Maruzensky Summer Speed card, which is gonna be really good for front runners like Silent Suzuka, Kita-san Black and stuff. I am a front runner main. I really like front runners, as I don't really like end closers. And pace chasers and late surges are okay. So some cards are special for a position. Mr. CB in special is for enclosers. So if you want to make a super strong gold chip, go for it. But just letting you know that she's for enclosers. Dude, if I have the 7th Scraggy, I will be laughing harder than I laughed already. Also, to them, seeing more Scraggies than I saw last time. That's way more Scraggies. Which is hella funny. Like, come on. Today I saw 4 already. And I showed you, I didn't save with the shiny spawn. Like, you can check the VOD, anything like that. Oh! Really? Damn. What is the temporary outage? In this case. Like, this quarters down? Like, the app is down or some servers are down? Also, a little reminder, it may not look like it, but the Terrakion you have in the screen is a GIF. That red ass guy is a GIF. He may not look like it, but he is a GIF. He is moving, he is moving. So just some servers, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, it's hard to see. I'm trying to check how much do I need to walk for Terrakion to spawn. I think just doing this doesn't spawn him. Oh, okay, I see. I think I need to walk all the way to the plants. Just here. Yeah, he spawns. Yeah, it can be too easy, because if he just spawned by going there, I could just spam A and be done with it. I can do a little something now, which is do not bother to check, go a little in and back, because as I showed earlier, it's gonna be shiny, it's gonna stay there. So like you can do this for, let's say 200 calories. So I can check in 1,000 calories. This always takes me like 15 calories for check. So I'll be able to check like 90. Let's say 20 calories per check. So I could check like 10. Okay, that was way too short. I can also do that, which makes sure I go over the line. But it's so strange to do this. Like, it's so strange to not see him. Now I could see a little. I just want to see a bit to know he's spawning. Because doing crazy style like I just showed makes me think I'm not spawning him. I'll tell something. You may think I have the shiny on screen, so you guys can know what I'm looking for. That's part of it. It's also so I can double check all the time. It's also so I can double check how the shiny looks like. Nope. I could see the little S. Yeah, I know. I keep checking that. We still have like 300 to go through. I could go even shorter and force 300, but I prefer to have the safe margin of 500 left. I can still do stuff. Did it show? Wait. I think I saw a little red. Yeah, no. Draken! You fooled me! You fooled me! He played me. Ah, God. Reset 19 is coming. Reset 19 is coming. Oh. It's normal to make mistakes. Yep, reset 19 it is. But no shinies. See? That one is not guaranteed. It just happens so many times you start to think it is. No. Unit's not gonna be harder or easier because it shows a character. Especially because stacking is really good. Because the idea of Unity is you need to win like it is a team trial. So you need to have 3 victories out of 5. So that's why people say it's a lot of RNG. Because you need to make sure you have 5 teams with aces. Not just the character you're building. Because building the ace is not that hard, but having the other 4 having aces is. The funny part of Unity is it's really good to have the scenario card, which is really cool. She's not a Uma card, she's a woman. And it's also really good to know that all your support cards are going to be characters you're going to be using. No, for Unit Cup, Rice Shower, Tech Shuttle, Harurara, and Machikane Fukukitaru have bonus. Because they are quote-unquote protagonists for Unit Cup. Because you're gonna be joining a team with all of them. Doesn't matter who you choose. So if you choose one of them, you have a little bonus, but nothing special. Just more lore-wise. Oh yeah, if you use them, if you use cards with them, you also have bonus. So using cards with Harurara, Rice Shower, Fukukitaru, and Pack Shuttle gonna give you a bonus. But the best card to use as a support card is gonna be Rico. She can be the SSR version, which is really strong, or the R version. I did most of Unity Cup with the R version. Yeah, that's basically it. So, but with Rico. You are using Aoi card. That's why. Riku has the same idea if you use her card. Also, that's one of the things I like about Pokemon streams is I can just talk about stuff. Stopping to drink water while trying to walk a 3D game with just one hand isn't so good. Yeah, basically. So, if I was playing this game like it's the first time, or if I was doing side quests, yeah, I will be focusing on those. But I already did most of the side quests of the game. The ones I didn't do yet, it's because I'm holding something. But I'm shiny hunting right now. It's repetition. It's seeing the same stuff over and over and over again. And I am, personally, a fan of just chatting streams. But let's be honest, I'm not big enough to do just chatting streams. So this is kinda a mix. I can chat and I can do a shiny hunting. And doing shiny hunting while I chat makes easier because I can pay less attention to the repetition. That's how it works for me. Dude, you say that, but if you go back, way back, into my Pokemon's Card and Violet shiny hunting streams, there I like to do egg hunting while I do wild hunting. So it's a 2-for-1. I'm shiny hunting with eggs, and I'm hunting for Pokemon around the map. I was hunting with eggs for Cloth. Cloth, if you don't know him, it's a rock-type crab Pokemon. So I was hatching eggs for him while I was walking around the map doing outbreaks for Pokemon I wanted. It took me 1100 eggs for Cloth. 11 fucking hundred. Or 1,100 eggs. That's how many eggs it took. I started to make thumbnails. Like, I lost the idea for the thumbnails, like, at some point. There was a thumbnail where just like... Cloth, as far as I know, he has been having... Oh yeah, I also have a mod named Cloth. That's why I did Cloth hunting. He has been going through some stuff, like his life has been quite in a hurry. He shows up here and there, but he hasn't been having that much time. Which is okay. Everyone here is an adult. I hope so. If you're underage, I would not recommend actually watching my content, but okay. So yeah, it took me 1,100 eggs, or 1,100, to get a single shiny Cloth. To the point where I didn't know what to do with the thumbnails. It was just a black screen with a Cloth. That was the whole thumbnail. And somehow, I still think it's one of the best thumbnails I ever did. Because it was, in my head, it was such a good joke. The title was just Cloth. Just that. I still have in my heart a special place for that stream. Though it was not the stream I got the shine. I think it took 2 more strings for the shiny. Recently I shiny hunted Growlite, Hisuian Growlite, in Scarlet. It took like 700, I think. So yeah, I'm pretty used to doing this shit. I'm pretty used. If you check the description, there is a link for my shiny hunting living decks, where I can check my progress and what I'm missing, what I still want to get, and stuff. I do have that list over there for me to know what I still need to go for, and for me to show what I have already. And it doesn't show everything I want, because, like, for example, I can only mark 1 of Creamy when I want to have 9. 9 or 8? Oh no, it's... I think it's 8. It's 7 decorations, right? Oh god, I think I'm gonna, after get the raccoon, I'm gonna take a break from ZA and go back to, oh fuck, Scarlet. Now that I talk about the 1100 Cloth eggs, it made me feel like I want to play Scarlet again. We're talking about Tailon, Scarlet's such a bad game. I enjoy that shit. I know that game is really badly done. Not finished. But everybody has a bad game they like. Everybody. It's not just me. Everybody has their own poison. Sure. Which one would be? Which one would be? Oh, Shrine Routes? Shrine Guardian? Yes and no. Yes. You can play the complete version of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet. No, I cannot play that version. It may not make sense like talking like that. Basically, the fixed version of Scarlet and Violet is the Switch 2 version upgrade, which is a free upgrade for the Switch 2. So it's basically they're saying we cannot run the game properly with the Switch 1, so there you go. Make it do with the Switch 1. With the Switch 2. So the Switch 1 version, it's not as bugged anymore. It still has some visual glitches, and it still has a lot of FPS drops. And I don't have a Switch 2. I talked about this in the past, but my plan was to buy a Switch 2 by the end of last year. But I decided that it was best of my interest. No. I don't think it was Scarlet and Violet, I think it was the OG games. Or at least I don't remember being able to glitch female Gallade. I truly don't remember that bug. And I know a lot of bugs. But yeah, last year I had the option. I could buy a Switch 2, or I could buy a new PC. Why do I say like that? Because the amount of money I use in a PC, it's way higher, of course. But if I want to buy a new PC, considering that it was just before the market went crazy, literally just before the hand prices spiking, like the rent stick prices spiking, the GPU prices increase and stuff, SSD increased too. Just before that, I built my PC. Literally just before that. Some friends still call me lucky for that. And of course, my PC was 4 times a Switch 2. But if I bought a Switch 2, I would not have money to buy this PC. That's why I said I had to make a decision. Even though the Nintendo Switch is my favorite console, is a console I have a lot of fun, I decided it was best of my interests as a VTuber who really wants to make this work, that I should have a better PC. And here we are now. No Switch 2, but a really good machine. I've been playing games in 1440p Ultra now. I've been able to stream Enfield because I got the PC. If I had my old PC, I would not have streamed Enfield, for example, because I would not have where to play it. I could go all the wrong way of playing, which is play it on my cell phone and stream the cell phone to the PC, but the PC will not be able to run the game and the stream at the same time, the old one. It was barely able to run Yakuza 0 on stream. It wasn't able to run games with my Model 2. Now I don't have those problems anymore. Now I can stream whatever I want. That is not on console. Because the only console I have is a Switch 1. I do have the desire of buying a PS5 to play GTA. Though I really don't want to buy a PS5. It's funny to say, I used to be a Sony fanboy. All the way to the PS4, I used to be a Sony fanboy. Like, I would like fanboy, sorry, not fan. I would defend everything Sony related. I would say that the Sony controller was the better one, which was a lie. And I still think Xbox controller is better than DualSense. Way better. I'm not gonna go into my problems with the PS5 because then they're gonna get salty. Fun boy, fun. Being honest, it has two. Like, the thing is, I was talking with a friend who defends the PS5 with everything he has. Let's see, this Craggy. Oh yes, it's here. Oh, it's you now. And you. Oh damn, it's a double. It's a double. I hate it. God, this one I hate it so much. I would not say they're bad. I haven't played them to say shit about the games. Oh, I can go that. Backup data. Yeah. Let's see. That's gonna be me back out of the... So this is the backup data save. You go back to the last Pokémon Center you visit. Pretty sure it's over here. Wait. Oh. Oh god, the game took a while. So yeah, my thing with PS5 and games is, I know this may sound stupid, but if I'm gonna buy a new console, I want them to offer me games to go for that console. Why do I say it may sound stupid? When I say that is, most of Sony's games are cross-gen. So most of Sony's games are cross-gen. On the PS5, it's not that big of a jump from the PS4. Unlike the Switch 1 and Switch 2, you can see the biggest jump in quality between the two. Like, you can run the same game in both and know how different they are. It is a thing for other consoles. Like, I can give you examples. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It is a cross-gen game. People may not remember that, but it was a Wii U launch game. Not launch for the... sorry. It was launched for the Wii U alongside the Switch. The thing is, cross-gen for the first and second year, it's normal. It's the adaptation progress. Nintendo only did one, and they imported the games from the Wii U to the Switch, but they never released a cross-gen game again, like Zelda. But Sony did that for like 4 years. Like from 2020 to all the way to, I think, every Sony game except for the little Android one that I forgot the name, Astro Bot, I think, and Spider-Man 2 were cross-gen. Like every single game until Spider-Man 2, aside from the Astro Bot stuff, was cross-gen. So the two God of Wars, the first Spider-Man and Miles Morales, The Last of Us 2 and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot about the game. Astral Chain, wasn't you? Oh, I didn't remember that. So most of the PS5 lifespan, is starting to go for new games now. Like games that only runs on the PS5, made by Sony, they just started that. And they are already talking about the PS6. See, that's the thing that bothers me a lot. Also, The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 Remaster, The Last of Us 1 Remake, Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster. God, stop! There's no fucking reason. Like, really? There's no reason for so many remasters and remakes. I hate that. Especially because they're not doing games that need those. If they are remaking, who knows? Like they're doing right now, the first God of War trilogy, I would be hyped. Like I was for that. The first God of War trilogy has a special place in my heart. I don't know if I ever explain why, but it has a special place in my heart. It's not a topic I think I want to go into. But it's to the point where I'm asking a friend who has the God of War 1 and 2 for PS2 that are the copies that used to be mine, if they are willing to give it back to me. Because I was thinking about streaming them. God of War 3 was the first PS3 title I ever played and stuff. So yeah, and my other problem is, all the games that made me want to buy a PS5 were not made by Sony. Not a single one. Because the other games, as I said, I could buy a PS4. I could buy a PS4 and play. The games made for PS5 I could play were never made by Sony. Which are Stella Blade, which I played on stream. Final Fantasy 15 and 16. Sorry, 16. 16. Not made by Sony. And other games are now not Sony exclusives anymore. They are now available for PC and other platforms. And if I go now into the DualSense, that one is just sad. The DualSense is the controller with the most potential I ever saw going to waste. I say that because I played with that a lot. For those who weren't here at the time, I played Stellar Blade and Elden Ring on a PS5. It was not mine. It was a PS5 a friend had. And he was like, hey, Tailon, I'm not using. You want to make content? I was like, oh, yes, thank you. My PC can run some games the PS5 can, so that would be amazing for me. Like, here, take it. So he lent me the PS5 for like 4 months. And I finished those 2 games on stream. Because I'm also playing other stuff, and the DualSense thumbsticks are horrible. I never saw a controller having so much trouble with the thumbsticks. And I say that, having a Nintendo Switch. I know less people with thumbsticks problems with the Joy-Con than I know people with faulty thumbsticks in the DualSense. Like, the DualSense thumbsticks are really bad. Of course, the vibration system they use the same company as Nintendo did is really good. The shoulder button, the triggers, really good. The thumbsticks, really bad. The thumbsticks really bad. I think the whole thumbsticks are bad. I don't like the position of the thumbsticks, but that's a me problem. But it's the problem of literally. I was having this problem with Stellar Blade. You know, when you move right, release the thumbstick because now you just wanted to move a little right to evade an attack. When I released the thumbstick, it would do a tap to the left. Literally, I release it, and it would go to the left. Like, I was, release. Literally, it would move alone to the left 1 second. That made me take so many hits in the game. That made me lose so many fights in the game. That made me so salty that I start to hate the DualSense. Which is funny because before I use it for a long period of time, I was thinking about buying one. Not even drift, because drift is when you're not touching the thumbstick, it's gonna move alone. When I release it, the thumbstick, it would do a little tap to the other side. Like, it had a small problem of going a tap to the other side. And the PS5 has no calibration tools into the system. I had to download a calibration tool for my PC to connect the controller. And using that, I was able to make the problem a little less worse, but it was still there. The only fix was to literally change the thumbsticks, which I told my friend, hey, I'm willing to do that for you. But he never asked me to do that. My Switch Joy-Cons, after 7 years, are starting to want to drift. And I fix it by cleaning the thumbsticks. Literally, I just grabbed a toothbrush, I took my Joy-Con out of the Switch, and I cleaned the thumbsticks, and the drift stopped. But I started to have a drift problem after 7 years. And I fixed it by cleaning the console a little. So now it's not happening anymore. also makes things even funnier is when I started streaming, all the way to the point of half of last year, I didn't have a controller for my Switch like I have right now. So a lot of my streams on the Switch, which are most of my streams in the past, are using the Joy-Con. Are taking out the Joy-Con, placing them into the Joy-Con grip and using it. So you cannot say I did not use those Joy-Con a lot. Until last year, I didn't have a Joy-Con controller aside from the Joy-Cons. Now I use a 8-bit DO, which is my PC and Switch controller. I just turn out the key in the back and change from PC to Switch. And I'll be honest, pretty happy with the controller. It has Hall effect joysticks, so no drift. It has the joysticks in the position I like. The buttons are the way I prefer, because another thing I don't like about the DualSense is the big ass touch panel in the middle. I hate that. I see no real use for that, and they force you to press that as a select button. A good example for that is Enfield. You would need to press that button to open the map. Which, ew. It's a big ass button in the middle, dude. I just hate that. I never used that as a touch panel. Not a single game asked for that. If they had something like they had with Vita, which was the touchpad in the back, I would think it's better. So yeah, nowadays I just use a 8-bit DO. I really like this controller. Really comfortable for my hands. Which in special, I have big ass hands, so it has big ass buttons, which I like. One of the controllers I'm curious about testing is the Switch 2 Pro controller, because a lot of people talk it so well about that shit. Like, I was not expecting people to say that Switch controller was good. Yeah, the Pro controller for the Switch 1 is decent, but it also has a drift problem. But it's pretty decent. So when I saw people talking about how the Switch 2 Pro controller is so good, I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I want to save some money to buy Switch 2 this year. Though I cannot make promises. I will also start studying to job to get paid better. And let's see. Also, I talked about this before, but it's always good to remember. As a gamer, I am way more of a console player than I am a PC player. Like, I found more comfortable to use a joystick than I find like to use keyboard and mouse. And I know there's no discussion here. Keyboard and mouse are better. They're more precise. Yes, I find more comfortable to use the joystick. I prefer to walk with a joystick than to walk with WASD. Or to hold a button instead of pressing shift with my pinky. I don't like using my pinky to play. I will say this. That's why it does just a small amount of games. I will say, dude, I think it's way more precise to use mouse and keyboard. Especially if you are aiming. There's no way to compare aiming with a thumbstick as aiming with a keyboard mouse. Like, there was a game I played who had what Enfield doesn't have yet. the seamless change between mouse and keyboard to controller, which is Valkyria Chronicles. Yeah, it is different, but it's also more precise. But because the way you go left, right, for example, if you're walking right and now you want to turn left, you can just release D and press A. You're gonna instantly move left. In the thumbstick, I need to make a turn. So there's all the inputs of pushing down what was going up, or pushing left what was going right. And that's gonna add a little delay. I think I can show here. I was playing... Oh yeah, I have all personal games here, forgot about that. I was playing this game here. I was playing Valkyria Chronicles, but on the PC. That game has seamless change between controller and mouse. It is a tactical game where you can move the character around the 3D world. Then you sit down, aim, and take a shot. Now the shots turn-based, so they can evade and stuff by chance. There's all the... This weapon is better against this type of characters and blah 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 blah. So I was literally doing this. I would walk with the character, drop down my controller. Walk with the character, do everything I wanted, choose the option to take aim, drop the controller, and take the mouse. That was what I did when I was playing sniper rifles in that game. Because I already have problem aiming. I'm not good at aiming. Not at all. You guys can see that in the field when I have to use the water. On the water machine in field. You can see how bad I am with a thumbstick. I keep missing the target and stuff. So when I really need to aim, playing mouse is just better. Also, PSO2, the emulator, right? I think every game with emulation is gonna be better with keyboard and with controller and keyboard and mouse, unless we are talking about Mario. Oh, I saw about that game. I was thinking about that one recently. I saw about that game and I was like, what is this? I never played it. I was curious about it. But I was not into trying a new MMO. It looks like it's closed and now it's not an MMO anymore. I'm not so sure if what's that the game. If it was a different game. But I was researching this game like last month. The Phantasy Star Online. I was checking that game last month. Which is not online version, right? It's just an offline version. I was checking games like that because I saw that the Mega Man Gacha game was ended and remade into an offline game. Because people saying the game was good, but the gacha was bad. I was hoping Square Enix would do that with the Nier mobile game. Because I never played that shit. That shit's not even online anymore, and I wanted to see what happened. Yeah, I was researching and I saw that. At the time, I didn't even know you had online games for consoles. I'll be honest here. I didn't even know you had online games for consoles. It's to that point. All the online games I knew were Grand Chase, Perfect World, World of Warcraft, Ragnarok Online. What else? Moo Online. Tibia. What else? I also played RuneScape. Maple Story. A lot of those. The only one I kept playing was Ragnarok. Fly for Fun too. Jesus, that one. Yeah. Somehow, Ragnarok Online is still kicking. I say that, loving that shit game. Dude. I talked about this before, but I really like Ragnarok Online. Yes, but Gravity is actively doing a witch hunt. So the private servers I was playing, they killed. And there's also the thing that some private servers are just bad. So what's happening? Gravity is doing two things. First, they are going into the countries they sold the license of Ragnarok. So let's take Brazil, which is the country I live, for example. Here, you cannot find Navarro if that's the one you're looking for. Navarro was the one I played too. But here in Brazil, for example, Ragnarok was not being distributed by Gravity. They were distributed by a company named Level Up Games, which was also the company that distributed Grand Chase, Perfect World, and other games. With that said, Level Up had some liberty to do stuff. Like, we had items only in the Brazilian server. So Level Up did a collab with a bubble gun, which is funny because in Ragnarok you can use the bubble gun item to increase the drop rate. And every time you bought the bubble from the collab version, so the collab boxes, you would get codes you could exchange for items and get the bubble pet, the bubble gun top, and the bubble gun low hat. The low one was the base kit bubble gun, so you would receive extra drop boost. The top one was just the name of the company they made a collab with, which is Buzzy Ball, I think. And it would give you Agi Up forever. And unlike Peckle Wings, it would not drop your attack speed. And so they had several servers. At first was Loki and Chaos. Then they merged into Odin, because they were paid servers, right? You need to pay monthly. And they released a new server called Thor, which was the free-to-play server. And the idea was you're gonna pay to play Odin, And Thor is gonna be free to play. Thor is gonna have more cash items. They're gonna sell MVP cards in the cash store and stuff. Basically, the biggest pay to win you can think of. And then they did another one, which was Asgard, which was we're gonna redo a renew server without having all the bugs we had now, but you need to pay once to get into by buying cash. It was a small amount. If you buy and credit cash into Ragnarok, you would have access to Asgard. Then Asgard was really popular at the start with the idea of not having pay to win, like not having the crazy pay to win items. Then they start to add items people didn't like, so people start dropping Asgard and going back to Odin or Thor. So they merged Asgard with Odin and made Valhalla, which is pay once, $10, $12, and play. And Thor stayed there because Thor was doing well, because they're free to play a lot of cash. So people would play for free and start cashing a lot. In my case, the last server I played was B-Roll, which is Brazil Ragnarok Online. And they just announced that they are closing the server. Why, Tailon? Why? So, War Portal bought the game license in Brazil. They took the worst people from the level up team and took them to War Portal. Then they made the Hola, which is Ragnarok Online Latin America, or a Latin server, where you can choose whatever you want. I prefer Hola because that makes a joke with penis. Because that's literally the way to say penis in Brazil. And that server is awful. And they kept the worst people from the Brazil server working to that shit. That server had 3 dupe scandals within the first semester. 6 months. We have 3 dupe scandals in a freaking MMO server. Can you explain that? 3 dupe scandals. And somehow, that is still the most played server in Latin America. Everybody from Brazil server dropped to go into that server. And a lot of people dropped Ragnarok for good because of that server. So because B-Roll has no more players, basically, which I tried checking. I tried to play again after a while, because that's what I do. I stopped Ragnarok for a while because if I don't, I'm gonna start cashing like crazy. So they just announced it today. They are closing the server. I sent that to my friend who played with me in every single server I played. We played together in BRO. We played together in IRO, which is the international server. Which we are banned to play. What? You got banned from the server? What did you do, Tailon? I was born in Brazil. That's all. Since Gravity is now taking taking a strong grip of every single server, they are also blocking access to other servers if you have access to a server in your country. So since we have Latin America server, I cannot play into the international server. Amazing, right? I wasn't banned by doing stuff. I was banned by living in Brazil. Amazing. The account is there, I just cannot log in. They don't let me log because I live in Brazil. I've been IP blocked by that. So we played together there. We played together in a Brazilian private server, which was really bad. We played together in Novarro and stuff. We played together back when it came back to B-roll. And now I showed him the notice and he told me the same reaction I had. I just felt like a parent of mine died. Because even though I talk shit about the Brazilian server, it was a big part of my life. It made me meet several people I keep dear to my heart to this day. It made me have several strong connections with people I was just acquaintances with. So seeing the server close, knowing that I have items from events that happened 20 years ago. Not kidding, I actually have the World Cup commemorative ball hat, which was an item that came into a box that if you open, it would go away after a while. Oh, no shinies. I don't know, I think I dropped a good seed for a worse one. Like, my account in B-roll has items from 20 years ago. Limited items that you cannot sell. Literally, it's those balls I'm talking about, it's for soccer balls. From the Soccer World Cup of 2006. You would get a box that when you open, you would have a ball on your head for half an hour. I got one of every ball and I never opened the box. I still have that. But it's gonna be lost forever. It happens. It's a live service game. It's still sad to know that years of my life are going away. From what I said, you can just think I played this game for 20 years. I think I started playing this game 24 years ago. 20 fucking 4 years ago. So yeah, it really feels like somebody in my family died. I feel like I'm losing a close parent, which I love to talk shit about. So that's my situation with Ragnarok Online right now. The official server I can play is bad. Oh yeah, there's another official server I can play, which is amazing. It's a Bitcoin server. No, sorry, it's a blockchain server. Where Gravity made their own coin. And you can sell items for that coin that then you can sell for real money. And farming Zennies in that server is horrible. And Zennies, for those who don't know, is just the local currency for Ragnarok Online World. I don't know, I didn't download that. I refuse it. I refuse it. A person I know downloaded that and was like, really? A blockchain server? Like, the whole idea is play to make money. But the drop rates are bad. The growth rate is bad, so the rates of the XP. And the Zenny rate is bad. Everything's bad over there. But you can make money. So like, oh, okay, so take all the fun of the game to make money. Which is a game I play because I love. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. So yeah, I have two options of official servers, and all the privates I use to play closed. So, and the official servers I want to play, I can't. They were like, oh yeah, you're making a global version of Ragnarok Zero. Brazil is not in the list. I was like, fuck you, Gravity. Fuck you, Gravity. There's not even a Ragnarok Zero server in Brazil for me to play. So yeah, I can't really play the game I like. So I guess I'll just go back and play Ragnarok DS. Yeah, for those who don't know, that game has a DS version. I can also play Ragnarok Battle Offline, which is a fun game made beat 'em ups of Ragnarok Online. Or I could continue reading the manga, which is a manhwa actually. So sad to be a fan of Ragnarok Online in 2026. 2026 and I'm still playing that shit game. No, it's not. Oh, well. The manhwa ended. Then they started... Yes, of course, I love that anime. We are the stars. Na, 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 na. Dude, I used that opening to play Ragnarok Online. It was my grinding music. Because I used to pull 24-hour sessions of game. I literally use it to play 24 hours non-stop. Oh, dude. 2 times XP, guys. Go play. Oh, yeah. I was in that map 24 hours. Then I slept for 12 hours and do another 24. There was a time when I was playing Iroh, the international server, before I was IP blocked for being Brazilian, that every time somebody tried to go to Talgunka, they would see me. Every single time people went to Talgunka, they would see my sinks over there, and I took most of the kills. The only time I didn't took the kill was when I didn't wake up fast enough for my 4 hours alarm. Yes, I had an alarm for Talgunka. I was really sad in dropping that card. To the point I literally took, like, I swear, for a whole week, I was farming that guy more than anyone else. Unless I was extra unlucky to not find it first. But it happened like twice. I think this will be the last reset for today. I think this is gonna be the last one. If it's shiny right now in the attempt 22, okay. If not, well, 23 next week. So, as you can see now better, that's why I like doing Pokemon streams. I can just talk about random topics about my life. Not just life, like topics about games I enjoy and stuff. Because, you know, we can be honest here. It's not happening much in the game. Not at all. Also talking about it, the friend I said was playing the blockchain version of Ragnarok, which is official, okay? Remembering that it's officially made by Gravity. He sent me the opening for the anime recently. He was like, "Hey Tailon, do you remember this one?" Like, dude, I listened to this song so many times farming. You would not believe me. One of the things I like to do is gaming with music. That's mostly because of Ragnarok Online. Because when I start to grind the same map for an hours on end, it kind of gets boring of the music there. That's not something I do on stream, because I'm afraid I'm making a mistake in the music I'm listening goes into the stream. If that happens, I would get a cop strike, a strike so fast that's a copyright strike. So yeah, because all the music I listen to are not available to be streamed like that. So I avoid doing that on stream. But most of the time, if I'm gaming something that I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over, like I'm the same map doing the same thing, like in Shiny Hunting, for example, I like to have music playing. And that was because of Ragnarok. That was because I was so used to grind for cards or grinding for levels, especially when you're going for max level, like I did several times. You're gonna spend days in the same map. Days. So you want to hear some music, right? And nowadays I kind of losing that habit because of stream. Since most of my game time is on stream, and I can't hear music here because I want to avoid a problem. It happens that I am losing that habit. No, when I'm playing my gacha games and stuff, I started to place videos to play. Which is habit I need to treat too. I need to stop having a video in the background all the time. I need to learn how to appreciate the sound of nothing. But yeah. And I used to listen a lot to the opening for the Ragnarok anime to play Ragnarok. But I also used to listen a lot to... God, electronic music. I'm not the biggest fan of electronics, though I do like some. But why I say not the biggest fan? Because they mess my brain up a little. Like, they make my brain have an overdose. So like, oh god, yeah! Like, so it was when I was doing like 24 hours of playing, I would place like Mirror Theory to play on loop in my ears. Go! To the point I felt like, damn, I need to close my eyes. I think that's how I got my problems of dry eyes. By using so much music to never pass out playing Ragnarok Online. Also, once I passed out playing the game and my pet fled. You could have pets in the game and you need to feed them from time to time. And a long time ago we didn't have the auto feed system for pets. So I was playing my old notebook and I literally fell asleep on top of my keyboard. I woke up, the notebook, when I say it was old, I'm thinking about notebooks that you could just press a button and take the battery out. So I took out the battery because it was close to run out. Like I plugged in the wall, took out the battery and just left the notebook without battery in the wall. That's what I did to notebooks back today. So I could preserve the battery a little. The notebook, I woke up, I have been disconnected from the server and my pet had fled. That's how long ago I'm talking about. Notebooks are thick enough to have a removable battery by just pressing a button. The battery being a chunk. The notebook weighing like 2 kilograms. Or 4 kilograms sometimes. So I never had a gamer notebook. Gamer notebooks here used to be really expensive. And I mean it. Let me give you an example. The last time I checked it, right? A gaming notebook with a 1070 at the time. So just a GTX 1070 was the price I paid for my CPU with my RTX 57. The same price I paid. The problem is, I'm talking about the same price 10 years ago? 12 years ago? I'm talking about the same exact number 12 years ago. So you can say that shit was way more expensive than my PC right now. Like, it was way too expensive. What's here? No shiny. Okay. Let me move over here. So, I'm gonna call it a day right now. Tomorrow is a special day. Tomorrow I'll be back with Vestige Soul. We're gonna be playing Deep Rock Galactica. It's gonna be later than today. It's gonna be starting about right now, but tomorrow. So if you want to know when I'm gonna start stream tomorrow, take the time you can see the stream in your clock right now. Add 1 hour, and that's my time for tomorrow. With that said, that's gonna be all for today. Thank you guys so much. It's so good to start streaming earlier again. I really prefer to start streaming earlier than at that time. I already moved my counter to 23 because we just finished reset 22. So the counter should go to 23. I'll be continuing the shiny hunt next week. I'll save this for a once a week stream. Maybe Friday I could do an extra stream, but I don't think I will because I need some rest. I had a pretty rough week, like pretty rough month up to last week, so I'm not gonna be forcing myself to do 2 streams for a while. I'm gonna lay down a little, gonna slow down, do once a day, 6 days a week for now. Let my body rest and my schedule, my personal schedule go back to normal. I need to go back to the gym. It's been a month. Whatever, with that said, that's gonna be all for the day. Thank you guys so much. Again, I'm back tomorrow with the Pro Galactica. Me and Soul, we're gonna be playing it. And if you enjoyed this stream, please consider subscribing. Leave me a like, that means a lot. Maybe consider sharing my content to a friend who that'd be awesome. And if you want to know whatever I'm going live again, you can activate the notification bell button so to learn all about that. You can check my socials. Discord, buscar and Twitter. I'll be posting over those when I go live. And also, any change in the schedule will be posted over those. With all that said, that's gonna be all for today. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.